In this video, I'm working on the kitchen. I actually like baking and cooking, but the neon orange and the grime in here make me want to spend as little time as possible in this space.
And I was sick of working around these disgusting 2x6s that kept moving around and everything with the countertops, and you can't clean it, so it was pretty gross. I guess they were using those as like a hot plate or something. And maybe the oven that was here before was a lot whiter. So I'm just gonna cut out some OSB and use that for a temporary countertop for now. Originally, I thought I was gonna save the cabinets, but they're honestly too disgusting. I'm not using any of the lowers because they're rat infested and full of oils and who knows what else. Here I'm using my tailgate as a sawhorse because I literally have no tools at this house yet. And my circular saw that I was using, I could not get the blade off. It doesn't have a lock on it. So I went to the store and bought this other circular saw. I absolutely hate it. It rotates at like a zillion RPMs, and I feel like it's not very safe. So you can see my cuts here are not that great, but I'll go back over it and fix it. Later on here, I end up just putting it on the ground. It's just a lot easier. And I'm using some construction adhesive. And then I end up using paint stirring sticks to put down because I don't have any shims. And you know what? It's okay and it's gonna work for now. And then I'm gonna use some screws and screw each layer down. I later came back and painted the tops white just so I can wipe them off. Then that was driving me crazy, so then I did an epoxy pour on top.
I originally thought I was going to buy granite counters for this space. Honestly, I'm glad I didn't. My plans have changed, and let's be real, I can't afford granite. I'm on a beer budget with wine taste. I'm not sure what this room originally was, but maybe it was the maid's dining room back in the 1800s. It doesn't have ornate woodwork like the main dining room and the living room. The last woman who lived here had someone build a fake chimney next to the servant stairs. There's barely enough space for a modern refrigerator. The cabinet next to the fridge was already loose, and when I pulled it out, I could see the original beadboard wrapping around the room. Above that, it would have been plaster. At some point, probably when the indoor plumbing was added, they took out a big Gothic window and replaced it with a smaller one for the sink. You can still see the ghost lines of the old window on the siding outside. It's hard to capture on camera just how ugly this kitchen really is. I did try to strip the cabinet doors and the drawers next to the stove. It was a lot of work. When I first moved here, I wanted to save everything. Every piece told a story about the house and everything it has been through. But later on, I started thinking, I don't even want the kitchen to stay in this room. I'd rather move it into a smaller space, the current bathroom, since that room only has 2 doors. This kitchen has 5 doorways, and one of the doorways is a stairway leading into this room. It's basically a hallway, not a kitchen. Lastly, I started building the kitchen island. I need a place to cook, and there's just not enough countertop space for me, so I did bring my Kreg jig with me, and that was great because it's a quick and easy way to assemble stuff without very many complex joints or anything. And I ended up making the island a little bit too long, but luckily with Kreg you can unscrew it, and I didn't glue anything here. And then I just cut the wood down and made it the size that I needed. And it's holding up, and it's pretty strong. At the bottom of the island, I started putting 2x2s as a base. On top of those, I added 1x1s spaced about 1.5 inches apart. I actually cut down a little block of wood to use as my spacer. Nothing fancy, but I kept everything even. I finished nailed the 1x1s down, and that's where I'll be putting my canning supplies. This house has 0 storage and no pantry, so without cabinets, I've got stuff scattered all over the place. The island is going to help corral some of that chaos. I don't show putting the OSB top on or painting it, and maybe I'll show that in a later video. Thanks for watching. And remember, old houses keep you humble and your tool collection growing. Until next time.